What is up, guys? It is Jack, back up in this bitch with 10 Liters Fitness. Coming to you today with a video on what I consider to be the worst of the fitness industry, right? Now, you guys saw the title. You know that I'm getting this idea from Vegan Gains, right? I'm not going to attempt to hide or sugarcoat that in any way. You know, I watched his series, I thought it was very good, very entertaining, pretty funny, but you know, on looking through it, I feel that, well, I felt there was room for expansion on that, if you know what I mean, because I think a lot of it was, obviously there's a big vegan agenda behind it, you know, and further to that, I feel that it really was, you know, the way he was attacking individuals in those videos, I feel it was really as much a publicity thing as it was intended to be actually informative. So what I'm going to try and do here is give you a more generalized, you know, more informative approach to things, you know, not attacking Vegan Gains with it, you know, or saying that his series was bad. I just thought that I just felt that there was room for, you know, a more generalized video, like I say. So let's get into it, okay? Okay, so to begin, at number one, I'm gonna list fake naturals, right? You knew it was coming, you know, you knew it was gonna be here somewhere, right? Now, for those of you who don't know, a fake natural is someone who uses steroids or performance-enhancing drugs, but then publicly claims otherwise. So essentially, they're lying to people. Now, the reason that they make the list is, well, first and foremost for that reason, because they're lying to people, you know. More specifically, lying to their following, which most of the time is the reason that they have a career in fitness in the first place. So that is really quite an ungrateful and just a pretty shitty thing to do, you know, generally speaking. So that alone really is enough to get them there, in my opinion. But following that, a lot of them also, you know, this isn't all of them, I know, but a lot of them then go on to then give out advice, you know, based on what they do, like what works for them, you know, being enhanced. But the fact that they claim natural often misleads a lot of natural trainees into thinking the advice they give is going to work for them, which a lot of the time simply isn't the case. And it can often be actually, well, really at best ineffective, you know. It can even be, you know, worse, it could be dangerous to a natural trainee to attempt the kind of things that these enhanced trainees are doing. Okay, so I think they definitely, you know, fake naturals, particularly the ones that give out the bad advice, belong on this list. You know, another, you know, taking forward the thing of them lying to people as well. What that really does is it leads to really a false standard for what is naturally achievable in the fitness industry. Now, guys who've been training a while, you know, they come to realize what is and what isn't possible. Naturally, you know, anyone who comes to spend time around, you know, enhanced trainees will come to realize, you know, what is and what isn't natural, you know, what can and can't be achieved. But people who are really, you know, vulnerable to this kind of thing are the people who are just getting into fitness, you know, the people who, with all due respect, you know, don't really know what they're doing at this point. You know, like I say, there's no disrespect intended. We were all that guy at one point, right? But yeah, a lot of these guys, they can end up very frustrated and feeling very inadequate with themselves, you know, in comparison to these guys, you know, because it's simply because they look so, you know, so good and, you know, from another planet in comparison to themselves. It can often cause people to think, you know, feel really disheartened and often fall off, or they can lead them to feel that they're maybe doing something wrong because, you know, I'm working so hard but I still look nothing like this person. Okay, so that kind of thing can really mislead people. So yeah, like I say, I think fake naturals definitely belong on this list. Okay, number two on the list, I'm going to talk about supplement companies. And you know, obviously this isn't going to be all supplement companies, you know. I'm talking about the collective market and environment that's come about because of these supplement companies, okay? And what I mean by that is, Well, firstly because a lot of supplements that are sold are done in a very misleading manner, and when at the end of the day they're not at all necessary, or a lot of the time not even effective in helping people achieve their goals, yet they're marketed in a way that makes them seem super effective and almost necessary for people to achieve their goals. And the effect this can have is, again, on newbies and beginners who don't really know what they're doing. They can be often conned into buying these supplements and mistaking them for being straight up necessary, or thinking they're going to give them a much greater edge than it actually is capable of achieving. Because they're often marketed as stupid things like steroid alternatives, or super mega anabolic booster, whatever. You see them marketed in really stupid ways, when the fact of the matter is a lot of them are, really, the definition of a supplement is really to replace something that you're struggling to get in your diet. Right? They're not going to make you gain muscle. That's what steroids do. Now, okay, so even that part aside, I think going back to the first point of fake naturals, I think that a lot of the reason fake naturals exist as we know them today is as a product of the supplement industry, and that is because a lot of the way their supplements are marketed is through promotion and of these athletes, right? They contract these athletes to promote their products, and make it look as if they got this way because of their products, right? Therefore, for them to hire these athletes, they really have to claim natural, right? Because if they were to come out and say, oh, just straight up, I take steroids, legal implications of that aside, if they were to come out and say straight up, oh no, I'm not natural, I take Test, Deca, Tren, and all of this, what you'd find is that people would say, oh, well, that explains it then. Supplements probably don't do shit, they probably don't even help. But the fact that they, the supplement companies force them to claim natural if they want to be hired, and make a career, because let's be honest, that's where all the money is in the fitness industry, in supplements and products like that. So, yeah, the reason fake naturals really exist as we come to know them today is because of that. And the part that really pisses me off about that is the way that the supplement companies act all nonchalant about it. That is the biggest bullshit. I hate that so much. The way that they'll be like, as if they genuinely believe that their athletes are natural. I'm not picking out any names here. I'm sure there are reputable supplement companies out there, but the way they'll hire someone who is clearly, anyone who knows what they're doing will tell you that that's not, their physique is not a naturally attainable physique. Right? They hire one of those people, and then and then here's the thing: if they come out as being on stuff, they don't lie. They come out and say, oh yeah, I take steroids. They act like completely outraged and like, how dare you represent our company? They drop them straight away, as if they didn't even know about it. You're like, you knew full well what you were doing. You know full well you're misleading people. So yeah, for those reasons, really, I think that supplement companies and the market they've created as a whole, in the way they mislead people, they definitely deserve their spot on worst of the fitness industry. Okay, so number 3 I'm going to put on this list are going to be crappy personal trainers. And what I mean by that are the personal trainers who really don't preach the basics of what it takes to get a good physique. They essentially mislead the people who don't really know what they're doing in fitness. So they have them doing, loads of, and someone who's new to the gym, they'll have them doing loads of strange mobility work and flexibility stuff, simply because they're afraid to put them under the barbell. They're in case of strange legal and injury complications. They have them doing a lot of fluff and useless work. But of course, because they don't know better, they're not gonna protest about it, because they think this personal trainer knows what they're doing, because they talk a lot of jargon and a lot of technical mumbo jumbo they don't really understand. Now, like I say, the reason I really don't like this is because as before, exploiting people who don't really know what they're doing, and preaching these methods that are not going to get you the best results, ultimately. So, again, just lying to people, being dishonest, misleading people, seems to be the general theme of this list, right? So, yeah, they definitely belong on this list. Okay, so next on the list I want to talk about what I call Instagram sellouts, right? And these are the people who come to make a name for themselves in fitness via Instagram, right? And, there's nothing wrong with that, that's fine. Okay, you have an inspirational physique, more power to you, for building a following off that. But the whole sellout part comes in when you then, like the fake naturals, just bullshit your entire following and come out with some, bullshit product that really is not going to give people the results that you're claiming it will, or, you somehow claim that it made you the way you are now, that's how you got your physique, and so you're essentially just lying to your following again, which are the whole reason you have a career in fitness, which is, like I say, very disrespectful. But and another reason why these people are so harmful to the fitness community is because a lot of the time, the way these people are marketed, they market themselves, is in a very, I'd go so far as to say almost perverted fashion, meaning that their reach is really extended far beyond what they actually deserve for the quality of their content. So they find themselves on this, on the newsfeed of these people that don't really know what they're doing often, the people who don't really subscribe to a lot of fitness content, but they find themselves looking at their posts because, of this reason. So they come to associate this with fitness. Okay, so this is fitness, when a lot of the time they don't really even represent fitness that well. A lot of the time, a lot of what they do isn't, really isn't even fitness, related, despite what they claim, and therefore they end up being very bad role models, and they end up, convincing a lot of people to buy bullshit products, which, things like, I'm not saying, well, just things like that people who've been training a while just know aren't the real deal. They are not going to give the kind of results that these people have achieved. Things like, a cleanse, a detox, that kind of thing, fad diets, just stuff that, I don't want to condemn these things per se, but they're not going to give you the best results. They've got nothing on, diet and training. Okay, so yeah, that's why I'm going to put Instagram sellouts on this list. Okay, so the final one I want to talk about, this is going to be keyboard warriors / trolls. Okay, and although, okay, these people aren't part of an industry per se, but they're part of the fitness community, and it's certainly something I don't like, and they certainly fit in the context of this video, right? And these are the people who it usually comes from insecurity. Okay, they're so insecure about themselves that they feel the need to put other people down to make themselves feel better. So what they'll do is they'll take to, if you follow me on Facebook, you'll see I shared a Michael Corey post in which he went on a rant talking about ridiculous standards on online fitness. He posted a training video in which he's not at his most lean, granted, but he's in decent shape. He's still looking good. Yet people were calling him out for being fat on that video, right? And this is the kind of just ridiculous thing where, like I say, people are just be so rude and say things they wouldn't dare say, in real life to people's faces. Keyboard warriors. And it's really, it's trying to prey on people's insecurities, really. Of which there is a lot in the fitness industry. I mean, I think a lot of people get into training based on insecurity. In the first place, to be fair, they think, everyone kind of starts out as, they're either, the skinny kid or the fat kid, I've got to sort my body out, so they get into it to correct that, but then what makes them stay is they fall in love with progress, they fall in love with results and training, so they then, from that they carry on going. But yeah, like I say, the trolls and things, I mean, even like things like, you know, the guys who constantly, I mean, I know I called out fake naturals on this list, right? But the guys who go to these, you know, supposed fake natural YouTube accounts, and then on all of their videos they just, you know, I mean, fair enough, call them out for being fake natural, but they then, you know, slander them and completely, you know, don't give credit where credit is due on anything. They just say, like, you know, bring them down for everything they say, like, because they're fake natural. They believe them to be fake natural, you know. So, yeah, that's something that really annoys me about the fitness community, you know. I mean, I love that it exists, and I love there is this online thing around fitness, but, you know, it does have a dark side that really does piss me off, like I say. Anyway, guys, that has been my take on the worst of the fitness industry. I hope you enjoyed that video. I have been Jack with 10 Minutes of Fitness. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.